Last live of 2022. Happy New Year's, nation. We got half a Mount Shillmore in the building. Wasted will be here in a second. I know what time it is, man. Yo, shout out to everybody here rocking in the building. Whether you are watching on Hammers.House on YouTube or DOX ENT, either way, we both appreciate you so much. Subscribe to both channels, Hammers.House and DOX ENT on YouTube. Also, subscribe to our brother Raider Nation Unlimited, Wasted Talent on YouTube as well. He will be here shortly. That man is cooking a lasagna for his family.
This motherfucker lives 40 minutes away from me. He better save me some. If you're watching right now, Wasted, you better fucking save me a plate.
Hey, that sounds like some East Coast on East Coast shit. Ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. I see Primos in the building, Cloned in the building, Ben Bad, Metal Vault, all my guys, John, Swin Raider, 89 Raider. Let's talk this shit. It is our last, I know for sure, my last show of the new year. You know what I'm saying? Or of 2022. You know, New Year's is approaching, a few hours. So I don't know. I was thinking about doing something as the ball dropped, but I'm like, nah, man, my family's in town. I'm already taking time away from them right now by doing this. But yeah, man. Hammer, what's good, bro?
Home by myself for the most part.
I am too. This never happens. Ever.
So I'm just taking advantage of it. I got a little drink, ginger ale and some fucking with some moonshine cherries in it. Just trying to relax right now.
Scrubs. Shout out to Armando. How does the Raiders D pause stop the Niners O? I just find that so funny right there. Like, because you know how they use like D for dick and then O for orgasm. It's like Primo's put like a whole thing together right now. That shit is hilarious. I'm gonna be real, bro. Me personally, I'm not one of those guys that look at Purdy as this next coming of Jesus Christ. I think that this is going to be a low scoring game on their end, probably ours too, because of Stidham, right? So, look, man, without Denzel Perryman, without Chandler Jones, it was rough even with them in the lineup. You know what I mean? So, we're going to have to figure out a way to slow down these guys' weapons. They have Brandon Ayu, always mess with him. Yeah, Ayu. You know, they got Kittle. We know Debo is sitting, but they got CMC, which is going to be a guy that we have to stop if we want to win this game. He is very active in the passing game, very active in the run game. We have to eliminate CMC as much as possible from this game. I think if we make, I said this in the last show with CG, shout out to CG, if we can make Purdy try and beat us, I think that's the best option to win this game, even though, you know, Rocket Sin is out and we're struggling mightily at the cornerback position right now. But I mean, what's your answer to this, Hammer?
Got to stop the run first and foremost, especially since CMC has come to San Francisco. He has been a fucking force.
Yeah.
Kittle, obviously. Look, we see this twice a year when it comes to playing KC, one of the elite tight ends in the league. Now we got to go against Kittle. We got to have somebody that slows him down some way, shape, or form. And Purdy, man, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say right now. I think the verdict is still out on him right now. He's only played, 3-4 games so far?
Yeah. I'm not sold yet, bro. I'm not. And, you know, make him beat you. That's it. Take away that run game as much as possible and make him beat you. I'm excited now to finally see where we have a quarterback that can extend plays. I want to see what Stidham could do. I'm not expecting him to be great, you guys. I'm not. And I said this on the last show. I'm not expecting him to come out and be better than Derek Carr and be this next coming of Rich Gannon or some shit. But it's just exciting to know that we have a guy that's all. This system is all he knows in the NFL up to this point. Right. So I want to see. He looked really good in preseason. I remember there was the New England game in preseason where he pretty much torched their starting defense. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
he looked good. From what I gathered from him as he came here from the jump, he was supposed to be a backup, had dealt with a back injury, became the third string.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him really throw the ball, especially like when he was playing in New England. He really didn't throw that much.
Yeah.
We got to see how this plays out. The whole playoff scenario situation shit. There's a lot that needs to happen, guys. So get it out of your heads going into that game tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of shit has to happen, and I don't know if it's necessarily going to happen, especially with the very difficult situation with the Jacksonville Jaguars as well.
Here's the plan, you guys. Everybody that's in the chat, right? If you guys are going to Las Vegas, find where the Niners are at. Buy them drinks galore. Buy CMC shot after shot. Buy Purdy a fucking full bottle's worth of shit at the bar. Go find Kittle. Get him drunk. Whatever the hell you have to do. Find these guys in Las Vegas. Find out where they are staying. If they're at the bar, buy those kind gentlemen some alcohol and get them slapped out their brains. That's how you win this game. That is how you win this game. Get him some Woodson whiskey. Shout out to the GOAT, Charles Woodson. Gosh, Dox, do you see Skip and Shannon talking shit about us for the Carr situation? I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it like they played both sides of the fence. They said Carr deserved better, and they pretty much kind of, in a way, said we deserve better too. Like, I mean, how do you big up Carr by saying he's the top of the third tier quarterbacks in the NFL? To me, that's not a compliment. I don't look at that as a compliment. I look at that as like, he'll get you there, but he ain't going to get you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they said. That is exactly what Skip said. And Shannon literally agreed with him. So I didn't look at that from a standpoint. I know a lot of people they're saying, I looked at it from a standpoint of they gave him his flowers, but they also said he is who he is.
They kind of shitted on him similar to the way the Giants shitted on Eli Manning towards the last year he had with the Giants. And like, look, he had a starting streak going on for the longest fucking time. And they fucking started Geno Smith one game, like to end that streak. Like that was fucking foul.
Yeah.
Okay, drug him while you're at it. Oh my God. Yo, Raps, you're a fool.
Roofie. Talk that roofie shit, ready to rap. Shout out to Eddie, man. It's all love, my brother. Thank you guys so much for you and your brother for supporting Oaklosvegas.com. That means a lot to me. But go ahead, Hammer.
Yeah, like I fucking can't with Raps, man. I swear to God.
You stupid, bro. GMG. That right there, my brother, right? And we're going to end this whole Derek Carr. We're going to talk about the Raiders and Niners because Jarrett Stidham is our starting quarterback, you guys. That's who was there. That's who we're going with right now. But that is the problem that I have with the nation, right? This is it. Not the nation, but the guys that look at this shit. Mitch says, what are you a bigger fan of, the Raiders or Derek Carr?
But we also know there's a lot of people out there that a lot of those people, they're full of shit and they're more fans of Derek Carr than they are the Raiders. And I said it on my live the other day, team first, man. Team comes first. Like, you got to stop with this shit.
Yeah, but to be honest, though, to even see 21% of people pick Derek Carr over the Raiders is sickening. It's sickening, man. Let me see. He's stupid. He said, what up with these nerds sneak dissing you, Docs? I'd be like that, Drox. You know how we do, though, bro. You know how we do. We say names, man. We keep it a buck over here. He said, nah, have y'all seen Wi-Fi riding Carr to the point he may be 9 months pregnant?
Yo,
that's how they get paid, man. Flu game.
Y'all.
That's how they get paid, bro.
I've had to put it out there multiple times. I'm not a Kardashian, a Kardashian. I'm not a Carr stan, whatever the fucking terminology is.
Hey,
I am a football fan Football has been my life since I was 3 years old. I will call shit the way I see it. So don't ever put me in any of those fucking categories for Carr.
Hey, you can put me wherever you want. I don't really give a fuck. But I just say this. Yeah, super pause. Yeah, man. You know, that's a lucrative business riding Derek Carr's nuts. I'll just tell you guys that. That's a very lucrative business riding Derek Carr's dick. So there you have it. Shout out to AC,
boys
man.
and girls, dick riding is not a form of transportation.
There you go. How are you feeling, man, with Stidham out there? We all look. We're not expecting him to be the next Tom Brady out there, going against the #1 defense in his first starting NFL, starting game in the NFL. How are you feeling about him? And like I said, the extended plays, that I think that's going to be something that to look out for, because we haven't seen that in a while. How are you feeling with it?
Nervous, realistically, because again, the last time we saw him on the field, like for more than just a snap when Carr went down this season, was the preseason. Mm-hmm. I think there might still be some rust on him at the start, but also at the same time, he already knows this scheme of Josh McDaniels. I think he's going to actually be able to do what Carr could not do this season, which is spread the ball around to all the weapons that we have now that these guys are back and healthy. So we'll see.
Sean, I expect nothing less from you, brother. I expect a million messages from you tomorrow talking about, see if Derek Carr was in there, this shit wouldn't be happening. I expect it. And I'm not mad at you, brother. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Let me see. The fact that he will scramble has me more excited to see him at quarterback. Yeah, man. Like this is an exciting moment in the nation. The only reason we're pissed, right, is because a lot of guys are mad that we moved on from Derek Carr after 9 years. But not even just that. Like we're pretty much out of it at this point. So it sucks. If we were playing for something right now and Stidham was in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Technically, we have 1.1%, I believe.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
1.1%, somewhere around there to get into the playoffs. But I'll just say this, man. I'm excited for the young guy, man. Just like I was when Derek Carr got drafted out of Fresno State in the second round and got a chance in 2014 to play. I was excited for him. I'm excited for Stidham the same way. I promise you guys. This is no slight to Derek Carr. I was very, very excited to watch him play in 2014 to take over the starting job. You know what I'm saying? And I think I forgot how many games we were into that season. But I'm excited. I'm excited, man, to see what this young guy can do, just like I was with Derek Carr when he came in and took over the vet's job. You know what I mean? So we shall see, man. We shall see. I'm not expecting him to go out there and throw for 400 yards and fucking 6 touchdowns. You know what I mean? I'm expecting a pretty sloppy game from Stidham, to be honest. I'm not expecting him to go out there and overachieve. I'm expecting him to be play exactly what we expect him to do, is go out there and look like a young guy that's never played. A realistic, NFL down. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real. Or starting down. I'm sorry, because I know he's played before in the NFL. He has never started an NFL game. Shout out to Brandon, man. I don't care what you think of Carr, but you got to admit, Carr is exactly what a Raider. He did all he could for the nation. Much respect. Definitely did. It just wasn't enough. Shout out to Brandon. Definitely agree with you, though. I seen that he finally, he unfollowed the Raiders on Instagram. He unfollowed them on Twitter. He took the Raiders out of his bio on both social media accounts. So DC's taking this shit pretty hard right now.
It's okay. It'll forever be on Wikipedia anyways.
That's facts. That is facts. That is facts. And mind you guys, I'm going to be the first person to tell you guys this. In 5 to 10 years, when Carr has moved on and we're doing our thing, at these alumni parties, Derek Carr will be there. Derek Carr will be a huge, huge part of the Raiders' future in terms of alumni. I promise you. He will be all over the place. He will be all over the place. So you know how Mark Davis, you know how Al is, we never try to shy away from our legends and the people that, help pave the way to get to where we are now. I know right now it seems like Derek Carr is being treated like shit in a lot of your guys' eyes. In a few years, he'll forget about it. The Raiders will forget about it. And you will see him at games wearing Raider gear and supporting these dudes. You know what I mean? So trust me, man, it is what it is. It's the best thing to happen for both sides, for both parties, you guys. Derek Carr gets a chance to go somewhere and prove that he's still a winner, or prove that he's a winner in the NFL. If he wants to go to the Jets and get that defense and go to Tampa Bay and blah, 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 he has a chance to go prove a lot of us wrong, right? And we get a chance to go another direction. It's a win-win for both. You know what I mean? So shout out to Caleb, man. I don't care. Or DC is the reason I'm a Raider fan. Due to religious background, I didn't watch football till 2013. Hey, Caleb, I like that you're being honest. I like that. Till 2013, but in 2015, after learning so much about the Raiders' history, I became a fan. But I am ready to move on. Oh shit! Well, I didn't expect that to be the last part of your message, but Caleb, and you know what? More power to you, brother. Thank you for the dub, but also more importantly, thank you for those words. I haven't heard a person outright say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. Shout out to Caleb. Happy New Year's, my brother. Enjoy you and your family. Real talk. No, Jason, that ship has sailed, my brother. It would be a disrespect. It would be humiliating to bring Carr back at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, that's where we are with it. Personal feelings don't mix with business decisions. Talk that shit, D's. Yerp.
What's good?
This motherfucker.
The lasagna master is in the building, you guys.
Oh, yo, you got a big mouth, man. You tell everybody, yo, you fucking worse, bro. What's going on, man?
Fuck you, Wasted.
You're cooking for your family, bro. You're cooking for your family. It's a beautiful thing.
Man, fuck you, man. And why, hey, yo, Hammer, why you say fuck me?
Cuz, save me a fucking plate, dude.
Oh, man.
Hey, everybody in the comment section, hashtag lasagna master. Hashtag.
Yo, man, look, La Ling, I never knew, man.
Jay, real G's moving silent like lasagna, okay?
Lasagna master. What's good with y'all, man?
What's good, my brother?
Shit, bro.
Shit, man. Out here, getting everything prepared for the fam. Everybody else outside having a good time, man. You know how it is, man. New Year's Eve is always a great time to hook up with the fam, bro, because you ain't got to go to work the next day.
Talk that shit. Hold on. Is Wasted having a few drinks tonight?
Me? Nah.
Okay.
I mean, everybody else can have some drinks, but you know me, man. I gotta always maintain order. So I don't drink when it's a crowd of people around. But
I like that.
But look, man, hey, man, we gonna have a good time, man. I really wanted to come in and wish everybody Happy New Year.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Much success and health in the next year. And hopefully, us as men, we move this content created thing forward. We help the nation, kind of form an opinion about what they got going on. And I really, I've been really thinking, man, this year has been a great year. You know what I mean? Like, I discovered something that I love to do in this year. And I met 2 new friends. Actually 3. Andy, Halo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, bro, B, definitely B. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, it's been a very, very special time. But guess what, man? It's time to take it to another level next year, man. And that's all I'm saying. We taking it to another level, y'all. You know what I mean? And I just hope that everybody has a healthy and happy New Year.
There we go. How are you feeling about this game, big bro? How are you feeling about tomorrow? Even with, the whole benching of DC and Stidham starting his first NFL game against the stout number 1 defense of the 49ers. How are you feeling about tomorrow's game?
Man, I feel very positive about it.
It's weird, right? It's weird.
Yeah, I feel positive about it. Now, I know that a lot of people are upset about what happened with Derek Carr, right? And there are other people on the team that didn't look like they were so sad, to be quite honest with you. Either which way you look at it, I think that Stidham is going to reap the benefits of them not having enough tape on him. The same way a lot of people have been caught off guard by Brock Purdy, I'm hoping that Jarrett Stidham brings another dimension that Derek Carr just does not bring. Because one thing about Jarrett Stidham that I do like about him is that he will take off, tuck that ball, and run.
Yes.
He will take that ball and run. And when we saw him in the preseason, he didn't have the benefit of having the starters around him. So now he gets the benefit of having the full myriad of talent. He knows his offense like the back of his hand. He's been in his offense his entire career. So I don't think that'll be the issue. I think more of it is just, the speed of the game and having full command of the huddle and gaining the trust of the guys in the huddle. But I think this is the game that Brock Purdy pumpkin turns back into a pumpkin. His cherry turns back into a pumpkin.
I said the exact same thing, bro. I'm not buying into that. I think that this is the game where Max puts some pressure on him, scares him a little bit. I know that Chandler's not on the other end, but I think that a mixture of Klee and Malcolm Coombs can get the job done on the other side. I think that this is a game where he comes back down. If you make him beat us with his arm, if we can somehow, some way, just keep CMC under control, I think that if we try and make him, this is the game that Purdy comes back down to reality. I said the same.
I don't think that this game means a hell of a lot for the 49ers. The highest they can go is be the second seed in the playoffs. So they're not going to have a bye week. They're probably going to get a home playoff game. I don't think this game means much for them. So I don't think they want to get, CMC hurt. We're not going to have to deal with Deebo Samuel. I don't think that they're going to have Brandon Ayuk out there too long. And they're not going to mortgage the farm to win a really meaningless game for themselves. Right. And then also another caveat of what's going to happen tomorrow is the fact that, backup quarterbacks have routinely been bad against the spread and straight up after their third start. Because what winds up happening is the league gets to form a narrative on you. They can see tendencies and you don't catch anyone off guard anymore. So I think that, Brock Purdy is going to be in trouble in a sense, because one thing that we can do, and we've shown we can do on Max Crosby's side, is to get after the quarterback. Yeah. Mike McGlinchey is a terrible pass blocker. Yeah, he's not very good pass blocker. He's really good in the run game. I think that unless Trent Williams follows Max Crosby around, I think if they can move Max Crosby and get him with some one-on-one matchups,
which we will.
McGlinchey,
yeah, we will.
Then I think that he can probably wreck the game.
There you go. Shout out to Primos. How are y'all feeling about the Raiders offense? Will we see the same thing we've seen all year or different due to the QB change? And I think what Primos is going with that is, this guy knows the system. This is all he's known since he's coming to the NFL. What do you expect out of our receivers and even the run game? Primos, I said this on the last live, the last breakdown that I had 30, 45 minutes ago with CG, that I think, it's going to be, you don't just have that kind of chemistry from day one, right? You're not going to expect Stidham to go out there and just find Devontae all over the field, have this just top of the line chemistry with Waller and Renfro. That kind of shit takes time. I know he's been there in practice, and these guys have spoke really high of him too in practice, saying that he's a feisty dude and he's kind of an asshole. I like what Max said. He's kind of an asshole, and I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of guy you went out there commanding the huddle. You know what I'm saying?
He uses all the language that Carr never used.
Yes, but I'll say this: it's going to take some time. I think with the Niners, they are very stout against the run. I don't know if it's all season long, but it might have been the last 8-9 games. They have not given up more than 60 yards on the ground to a running back. So this is one of those games where it may be a little different, though. It's not Pittsburgh. I know the Steelers loaded up the box against Josh and took him out the game and tried to make Derek Carr beat us with his arm. And we've seen what happened. This week, we're back in the Legion Stadium. We're not playing in that cold weather. I still think Josh is going to get his. I just don't know if it's going to be Josh getting his like weeks past where it's 150, 200 yards rushing. I think he can still somewhat get around 75 to 90 yards and still be effective in the run game. But I don't know. That's something that I'm excited to see. I want to see what kind of chemistry he has with the receivers. Shout out to Arlen, man. Happy New Year's to you as well, brother. Shout out to Brandon. Love what you do. Keep repping the nation, because there's only truly one nation, and it shows with people like yourselves. We appreciate you, Brandon. Happy New Year's, my brother. Real talk. What are you looking at, Hammer, in terms of what's the game tomorrow? Like, what? I mean, we all know we're going to be watching Stidham like crazy, but who are some other guys? Because look, with Denzel out, with Chandler out, there's going to be some other guys getting some chances out there.
Klee.
Okay.
On the defensive side of the ball, we're probably going to see Klee back at the edge. Look, he's going to be showcasing himself for the next 2 weeks for other teams come free agency.
Or us.
Doubt it. I doubt it. I know you've talked about it. Yeah. I doubt it.
Yeah, you can see, a lot of the things that Patrick Graham had addressed when he was talking about not having what he needed in the building. He actually mentioned Cleveland Farrell by name at one point. I don't think that they're going to keep Klee.
Hold on. But how? Like, if you watch Klee's game, he's great against the run. You can kick him inside. You can kick him outside. What's the problem?
Bro, ask Patrick Graham, because if you got him in the building right now, see, this is the thing. It's not about what actually is how the coaches view him and how he fits into their scheme. We're not in the meeting rooms with them, right? So maybe it's a thing where, you know, there's a personality issue. Maybe it's an issue with the fact that Patrick Graham doesn't feel like he plays fast enough. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's consistent enough. But theoretically, Clelin Ferrell, we thought when Patrick Graham came, we thought that this was going to be his chance.
Yes.
We said this in preseason, that if he can't play in this offense, this defense, then he can't play. That's the way I feel. I think this is tailor-made for his supposed skill set. But at this point, man, Clelin Ferrell has had really just as bad of a time as not to bring Derek Carr, but it's Derek Carr, because he was a guy who was told to gain weight. Then he was told to lose weight. Then he was told he was going to be an outside linebacker. Then he was told he was going to have his hand in the ground. Then he was going to be a three-technique defensive tackle. Yep. They fucked with this guy's game so much. I don't know where he fits and what his skill set actually is at this point.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Me personally, I'm not Patrick Graham, but I value his versatility. I think that Clee, when out on the field, he performs very well. It's just he doesn't play like a top 5 pick, which he shouldn't have been in the first place. Yeah. But I love his game. I think that he does exactly what he needs to. I just don't know, like, what is Patrick Graham expecting? You know what I mean? I know we're not in that room, like you said. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think as a rotational piece, Clee is a hell of a fucking football player. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be the next guy who leaves here, like Shelby Harris and all of these guys. We're gonna be like, why the fuck did we get rid of this dude?
Yeah,
he's gonna Rasul Douglas, all of these dudes, man. See, the problem that I have with a lot of these coaches is that they have these supposed narratives, or they have axes to grind, or they don't make the right decision based off of what should be. Like I'll give you an example, like Rasul Douglas being cut because Damon Arnett was drafted higher than him. And then he wound up flushing his career down the toilet anyway. And Rasul Douglas is probably, I think he's like 5th or 6th in Packer history in interceptions at home or something like that.
Yeah. But like, you know what though? We have to. I like you. That's exactly what you said was right. But I gotta say this to the nation real quick before I forget this thought. You guys, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, the Raiders should have utilized Keyshawn Nixon as a punt returner, kick returner, blase, blase, blah." Well, guess who our special teams guy was with the Raiders, you guys? Rich Lasagna. And he's the guy over there now. So he's the one that converted him over. So don't use this narrative of the Raiders don't know what the fuck they're doing when the same guy was the one that moved him over to start returning kicks for the Green Bay Packers. So stop with the bullshit. Go ahead.
But you know the crazy thing about that? It's not necessarily the Raiders. It's who's the coach and who's in control at the time that doesn't know what they're doing or has a different outlook and not being on the same sheet of music with his coaching staff. The one thing about this coaching staff, what I can see, is this coaching staff is on the same sheet of music, from the GM to the head coach to the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Everybody's on the same sheet of music. So hopefully they can put this together in the offseason. But whatever Patrick Graham sees, man, I don't understand why some of the guys that we thought were going to show up big in this defense have not. Just like Jonathan Abram. We thought that Jonathan Abram was going to be used similar to some of the guys he used with the Giants. Jabril Peppers. We thought that. We thought he had that amount of talent.
Wrong.
Why wasn't it done?
Wrong.
See, we're saying wrong, bro. But a lot of times, things that separate players in the National Football League is like, it's not really a skill thing. Sometimes it's just an opportunity thing. Sometimes it's the way you're viewed in one particular building. Like it's very little that separates the rank and file guys in the National Football League from the superstars. Right. Superstars are who they are. They can go everywhere and succeed. But guys that are like, starters, there's not a huge difference between a starter and a guy that's on a bench. It's all opportunity. Right. So hopefully, I don't know, man. I'm just hoping that Clelin Ferrell can showcase himself and he doesn't go somewhere else and make us look dumb, because I like Clelin Ferrell.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Bourbon, I can definitely see Jabril Peppers coming over to the Raiders. He's a free agent next year. I can definitely see that happening. Shout out to Omar. Mark Davis is to blame because it starts from the top. The man doesn't know how to hire. Gruden alone set us back with his bad draft picks but if we don't make the playoffs with Josh, Davis needs to go. Davis isn't going anywhere. And I have to say this, you guys, we're not the only team that drafts not good. I mean, to be honest, we can't even say we don't draft good because we got A lot of our anchors on this team right now are guys that we drafted. The Max.
Yeah, but we drafted them late in the draft.
I know.
We can't seem to hit on our fucking first and second round picks.
No, not at all. But guess what happened? We changed regimes. Things are going to change, you guys. This is not Mayock and Gruden anymore. These are two guys that are going to work collectively. This isn't one guy trying to outweigh another guy and power tripping. These are two guys that are trying to win. Two guys that genuinely love each other and respect each other in Zeke and Josh that are going to work collectively as a unit to try and bring success back to to this franchise. So I don't see, I hate to say that, to see people say we don't know how to draft and Mark Davis did this and did that. Mark Davis brought John Gruden in to help usher in the new era in Vegas. We were moving out of Oakland. There was nothing else better than bringing in John Gruden to bring that nostalgia factor. And right when we got a chance to get rid of him, he was gone.
Yeah, and see, this is the problem. My problem is that you get a lot of people who are always looking for a scapegoat. They're always looking for one particular reason why something doesn't happen, where in life is a myriad of things that come together, a confluence of interest that come together and make us like a scenario, right? When you talk about John Gruden, there is not one person who didn't feel like we got cheated when John Gruden left and went to Tampa Bay. We all wondered what could have been. We all were mad that Al got rid of him. And we were all ecstatic when he came back.
Yes.
To a man, we were all ecstatic, right? But within that, you look at what was going on at the time. There were so many things going on. Okay, they were trying to move to Las Vegas. Now they're trying to figure out how they're going to sell that to the fans. What better way to sell that to the fans? The new stadium, old coach Gruden that everybody loves, bringing that old Raider mystique back and rebuilding the team. It was more going into that decision than just freaking football. And a lot of the times with Mark Davis as an owner, he has not been allowed to just focus on the football aspect of things. He's always, since he's owned this team, had to stave off the team from being taken from him.
Yeah,
but people don't realize how bad financially the Raiders are.
Wasted talk, bro.
The Raiders were fucking buried when Al died. You got all kinds of people suing them. They have to pay back the loan that they had to fix the stadium and renovate it in Oakland to the city. Libby Schaaf and the mayor of Oakland, and not for nothing, the taxpayers of California were not going to pay for a football team stay. There's too many professional teams in Cali. Their taxes are high enough as it is, right? And now the league has stepped into a place where now it's not just millionaires, it's billionaires now. So you got people that are going in their pocket like Stan Kroenke and throwing out fucking pocket change and building a stadium in Inglewood. So how the fuck are you going to paint it to the California taxpayers that Mark Davis is broke and y'all got to build them a stadium to keep a shitty team here in the Bay when they want the name, they want that land anyway, right? Yeah. So we're not going to get too deep into the minutia of that, but everybody. It talks about he doesn't know how to hire. That's not the point. For him to get John Gruden to come out of the best job in broadcasting, he had to give him a king's ransom. Yeah. He had to give him total control. And that was the only mistake that Mark made by bringing John back. Because I think if John had a good GM along with him who had some autonomy and power, he would have been successful here.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'll say this. We have one of the best defense ends in the league, top 5 defense end in Max Crosby. We have the #1 running back in the NFL this year. And guess what happened? He did that without John Gruden. That's what's so crazy, right? The year Gruden leaves, Josh Jacobs leads the league in rushing. Not saying it was Gruden's fault. I'm just saying that, Jacobs is finally healthy. We have a lot of moving parts, man. And Gruden had his hand in a lot of that. Yes, he did a lot of wrong, but he also did a lot of right. I don't blame Mark Davis for hiring John Gruden. It was a smart business move. And people tend to forget that we're always thinking with our hearts because we're Raider fans. This man's thinking with his pockets and his brain. You know what I mean? Gruden sells tickets. Gruden brings excitement. And Gruden helps usher in the new era in Las Vegas from Oakland. Shout out to Kato. We didn't think anything different, brother. We didn't think anything different. I knew exactly what you were saying, brother.
This is exactly what people are up in arms about shit from the jump, like with this car situation. Like, again, people are thinking with their hearts and not their heads. Yeah. And you have to also understand, and I've stated this over and over and over again when it comes to certain things, Jacobs being declined his 5th-year option, and now the situation with Carr. This is a business, guys. You have to understand that first and stop with this shit with taking the players before the team. It's always team first.
Yeah.
have to look at it that way moving forward. If that's the type of fan that you are, you got to fix that shit.
And in any job, I've seen good workers in places I used to work, great workers lose their job because their team isn't performing. I've seen this multiple times, you guys. And we keep saying this, the common denominator is DC has been there longer than anybody. So at some point, you have to give a regime. We did it with Gruden, right? We allowed Gruden to come in year one and get rid of Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper. Give Josh his proper time to figure this out. And then guess what? If he shits the bed, then I will be the first one to say, damn, Josh McDaniels was fucking terrible. Period. Wow. But give the man a chance.
Yeah, and that's always been my assertion. You know, people can say what they want, right? But there's been a problem that's been permeating the nation this year, right? And I got to speak on this, man. People have to be able to take a descending viewpoint from their own and digest it in a positive way, man. We're all not going to agree, man. I can look at a picture of something and see something totally different than both of you, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's a respect thing, right?
Yeah.
I never thought that Derek Carr was just this. You know, we come on air, we kid around, we say things, but yo, like I said the last time we were on air together, Derek Carr was a damn professional, man.
Definitely.
He gave his heart, he gave his soul to this team.
Definitely.
I'll always give Derek Carr respect.
Definitely.
I will always give him respect.
Definitely.
It just was time to move on. You know what I mean? And that doesn't make him a bad quarterback. He might go somewhere and succeed. And you know what? I kid around. I'm like, oh, I don't want him to win. No,
as long as he doesn't play against us, I want DC to succeed. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, I do because to be quite honest with you, man, he was the only thing in some of the darkest times in Raider history that we can clap about.
Yeah.
Right. Real shit.
Yeah.
But within that, you have to be objective too and say, hey, man, look, this ain't working. What, you know, he apparently, like, with all of the things that he does right, these are the things he does wrong. This is the fact that, yo, this man is not the kind of quarterback that can elevate a roster where there are deficiencies. He needs kind of a situation where he has weapons, he has a defense, and he can lead you to a Super Bowl. But him being a top tier quarterback in pay won't allow you to build the things around him that you need.
Yeah.
So me, you, all of us as content creators, we go in here, we give our opinions every single day.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get buried for some of the things you are wrong about, right? But at least you're out here.
I understand that, and I get it.
And I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
all right with that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is the truth is that the business of football is always the business of football. And you got to understand that it takes money to make money. If you don't have the money to put the horses on the defensive side of the ball, what you have is what happened this year. So when people sit up here and they say, well, you know, they blow 17-point leads, there's a piece of that falls in the lap of Derek Carr. Yeah. You know, dude, like if you got a defense that holds a team to 3 points for 3 quarters, bro, you should have put that team away. That falls on you.
The only reason I'm frustrated about this whole thing, you know what I mean? And we're going to get off this Carr situation. We're going to get back to this game tomorrow, is everybody, he deserved better. He deserved a farewell tour for these final 2 games. Tim Brown didn't get a farewell tour. Napoleon Kaufman played with us for years. He didn't get a fucking like why? What makes DC different than Tim Brown? Tim Brown was there from 88 to 2003. You guys went through multiple coaches, terrible quarterback play, and still performed year in and year out. Like, why does he deserve a farewell tour if Timmy went to Tampa Bay and that was it?
Because it's Derek Carr.
I don't understand that narrative, bro. Like, I don't get it. Shout out to everybody with the supers too, man.
We actually deserve better, right? Because we've been sold a bill of goods for a long time. That commitment to excellence, man, that bloom fell off that rose in the 1980s. There has not been a commitment to excellence ever since his father's died. Like, it's been a commitment to survive the last few years. Let's be for real here. Mark has been trying to survive.
Yeah,
he's been trying not to get this team taken from him, bro. And I get it. But don't tell me that you're committed to excellence. Maybe now they are. This is the first time I've seen the Raiders in a long fucking time, like, really go for it this offseason. They went for it in a real way. That's why we were so excited. We've never seen them do this.
Wait, so you got an echo like crazy.
I don't think it's me. I think it's one of y'all.
My echo cancellation is on, so I don't have an echo.
Let me mute Waste it real quick. Hammer, say something.
Here.
Yo. It's Wasted.
Is it me?
Yeah.
How was it me? I don't even. It's not. I'm echoing now. Am I?
No, you're good now. You're good now. We're straight. Yeah, there was a crazy echo.
Yeah, but once again, man, and not to ramble, but you know, I don't understand why people can't get on the side of a fact and an opinion and not fucking just go off the rails with it and just be so totally disrespectful on one side and so totally disrespectful on the other side. I mean, like, you should see some of the things that I've gotten in my inbox on social media because of the stances that I've taken on Derek Carr.
You don't think that I don't know?
No, yeah, I know you definitely know, right? And I know you get it way worse than I do.
I had people tell me they're gonna kill me, bro. Like fuck my kids, fuck my wife, all that. So
I'm surprised nobody came at me for the New Jack City fucking DC videos.
Well, that was hilarious. but like the thing is, there has to be a mark of respect that's restored. That you know what I mean. We need to be able to have a discourse.
That echo returned again, wasted.
So it's not me then.
It is you.
It was you too. Hold on, let me mute myself.
Yo.
So Wasted came in here and destroyed this thing.
Fucking Wasted.
Yeah, man. See how Hammer brings the bots, Wasted brings the echoes.
Yo, look at the bottom. It says Docs, it's you. It's definitely you. It's always you, Raph. Look.
Oh, what the fuck just happened?
No, I muted my mic, right?
Doc, no. Something came up on my screen out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Graphk, mute yourself. See? It's not me. Is it me? The fuck? It's not me.
It's you.
Is it me?
It's you.
Everybody saying it's not me, bro.
Hey.
Oh shit.
I just did a show for an hour before this and I had no echo. I just want to tell you.
We all got an echo though, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Hey, it is what it is. We're talking our shit. It don't even matter, man. Let me ask you this. Let's get off the whole car stuff. Moving on, man. It is what it is. Shout out to Black Sunday. Have you guys seen the dude that was a Jet Scout in the early 2000s? He said the Davis family has always admired the Patriots staff because their success, and Al Davis once tried to recruit Belichick. Bro, Al has tried to, in the past, he's went and got some Patriot guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a definite tunnel or you know what I mean, to New England with us. So
Al Davis actually, before he hired John Gruden, interviewed Bill Belichick.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
He interviewed Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick thought he was going to get the job too.
Oh shit!
He picked his brain. So yes,
okay,
bro. Look, Bill Belichick, since he's been in the National Football League, I mean, when he was with the Giants, you know what I mean. Like, why would you not interview him? He get every interview in the world because he's just a great coach and he's proven to be that. And to be quite honest with you, you got to give guys the space to be great coaches. You have to. You got to give them time, man. And that's the like, people think that like I'm going out or you're going out or Hammer, whomever, and we're totally throwing all our support behind Josh McDaniels. What we're throwing our support behind is being patient. That's what I'm throwing my support behind. I don't know how this is going to go this offseason. And anybody that tells you any different is a liar. We don't know how this is going to go.
No, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I troll like the younger guys. I like to go on Twitter, but there's always some real shit in what I tweet. There's always some real shit in what I put out into the universe. But you know, sometimes I just like to go out there and just have some fun with it because I'm one of them people. I don't care about losing subscribers and followers and shit. That doesn't mean anything to me. So I like to have fun and you know what I mean, and blah blah blah. But I don't think it's toxic to want a new quarterback. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's toxic to want to move on and do something.
9 years, one playoff appearance. It's time to move on.
Yeah, that's it. Simple and plain. Now let's move on from this. Niners game tomorrow. Hammer, what are you looking at in terms of what guys are going to show up for us tomorrow? What guys do we need to show up for us tomorrow in order to somehow, some way squeak a victory out against the Niners?
Our Pro Bowlers. Not even being funny about it, our Pro Bowlers, and they all actually have like a whole bunch of different feats that they can accomplish tomorrow with the slightest little things. Like 13 rushing yards tomorrow. Jacobs is going to surpass Marcus Allen for single season rushing in franchise history in the first 4 years. Like that's a good feat. With Tay, one more 100-yard receiving game, he would own 8 this season, which would be the most in a single season for the Raiders, surpassing Art Powell, Warren Wells, and Tim Brown.
That's big. So basically, we need him. We need him to show up. We definitely need Max Crosby because that D line took a definite hit with Chandler Jones, performing really well these past few weeks. We need our
another tackle for loss for him too. Another fucking little fucking milestone. Like, just let these guys eat and Stidham. Like I said before, he's familiar with the offense. Let's see what he can do now that he actually has our starters right there.
I am hoping and praying that Stidham and Devontae have instant chemistry and just have a crazy game tomorrow.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for
it. The thing that Jarrett Stidham brings is he brings a guy that is going to be a puppet for Josh McDaniels. So we can really, really see how good of a play caller Josh McDaniels is. That's why I'm really excited about it, because this is a guy that doesn't have an ego. I mean, I'm sure he has an ego, but he doesn't have the chops to be able to say, "Hey, fuck you," I'm going to do what I want, because he's been a perennial backup.
Yeah.
So look, man, Josh McDaniels is going to have him go out there, and you're going to get the execute. If you can execute what Josh McDaniels is calling, let's see how successful and how good Josh McDaniels actually is as a play caller.
Is the play calling different now that you got Stidham in?
Yeah, of course, because he's not. I mean, Derek Carr's a 9-year veteran, a Pro Bowl player. So I'm sure that you would take certain chances with Derek that you don't with Jarrett Stidham. And so does Jarrett Stidham have the same arm talent as Derek? I don't know.
Do you think he goes back to what he did with Mac Jones last year? Like I think that he does that, tries to eliminate as many turnovers as possible, does the short intermediate passes, screenplays, shit like that to try and get Stidham to build his confidence up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Stidham taking a lot of deep, throwing a lot of deep balls tomorrow. I'm gonna be real. I think they're gonna try and eliminate. There's gonna be a few. I mean, when you got the best wide receiver in the game out there and he's open, you got to take the shots. But I definitely think that the play call is going to be a little different because, once again, Mac Jones made it to the Pro Bowl his rookie year, even though he didn't earn it. Let's just be real. He didn't. He definitely, his numbers spoke otherwise.
Yeah, he didn't earn it, but and he also made it to the playoffs. And a lot of people are saying that McDaniels is dog shit. This guy has been perennially been in the top 7 as far as play callers and offenses. And people say, well, he had Tom Brady, but you can't separate Tom Brady from Josh McDaniels, bro. You can't separate, like, you just can't do it. Like, it's
Jordan Pippen. It always goes Jordan Pippen. It always goes Magic Worthy. It always goes Magic Kareem. We know how Stephen Clay. It's always going to be someone like that that's attached to your legacy. And that's why we keep saying that I think personally Brady will be over here next year, to help Josh turn this thing around. But, yes, you are completely right. And to be honest with you,
I don't.
Okay.
I think Tom Brady might retire. And that's the thing. If he doesn't retire, I could see him coming with us. But I think Tom Brady might have had enough. The guy's life is falling apart around him. His personal life, and he's made all the money in the world. He's got $300 million waiting for him, and it's like, why do this? Like, if you're at Tampa Bay, you don't really have a chance to win there because the contracts and they got to rebuild. He knows he doesn't have enough time in his career to rebuild. And then if it's a situation where he's going to play, he's got to be in a situation where he feels like he can win next year. So when he looks at this roster, does he feel like he can win and go to the Super Bowl with us next year is the question. And if he doesn't, and it's not like the 49ers or somebody like that has a vacancy where that's a team where from top to bottom they're ready made, I don't see Brady playing next year.
I do, but I hear you. No, but real talk. I think it's either he comes over and plays with us or he retires. I think retirement is definitely something that could happen. Let me see. Happy New Year to all the Raider Nation. Hope all is well in 2023. Shout out to Rick. Tribal, I've never, ever. I seen him do a video where he was on stage at a church and he was basically saying, like, I've done everything in my life. A Super Bowl is not something that, I'm worried about. And my brother won one and said it wasn't that great. Laugh out loud. He was joking, right? And I said, damn, bro, that to me, that don't sound like the Mamba way. So if Derek Carr can joke, Tribal, why can't I joke? See, this is the problem. Derek Carr can do no wrong in your guys' eyes. Why can't I laugh about it?
And for the record, there's only one tribal chief in the Raider Nation. You see the fucking belts. Acknowledge me, goddammit.
Yeah, well, he got acknowledged as well. And yeah, I don't get that. I joke too.
No, he said his jokes.
Okay. Yeah, then go ahead. Shout out to Primos. I personally don't want Brady. Our O-line is shaky. I want a mobile QB that can improvise and escape when the pocket collapses. The thing is this, though, Primos, you go get one of them in the draft. What mobile quarterback are you going to get in the offseason? Who are you going to get? Are you going to get Geno Smith? I think Seattle brings him back. Are you going to get Lamar Jackson?
No.
It's not going to happen. So who do you go get that's mobile? You go draft one, you bring in a veteran, and you build up the O-line a little bit more, which our O-line has been better than Tampa Bay's this season. And you build on it. You build the defense, you build the O-line. Tom Brady's probably going to take half of what Derek Carr was paid this season. You know what I'm saying? So
see, that's the thing with Tom Brady. Like, look, he took a shit ton of fucking deals and restructures to stay with New England as long as he did. He got his bag in Tampa. Who's to say that he wouldn't take like a reasonable fucking yearly salary and maybe rock with us for 2 years?
I don't know.
Because it's not about the money at this point.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If it was about the money, there's $300 million waiting for him. Right. It's not about the money. It's about the game and winning. Yeah. So I know that money is not the issue. No. I think Tom Brady will fuck around and like Tom Brady has taken certain contracts that were so small that the NFLPA pushed back on him for doing it.
Yes.
That is how insane of a guy that wants to this guy's insane when it comes to winning.
All about his legacy. He has a $300 million contract with Fox Sports waiting for him when he retires.
375 to be exact. That's shit.
So he's got almost $500 million, close to $500 million waiting for him.
Just all that money that he took the pay cuts for year in and year out wasted is right there tenfold and then some.
Yeah. So it's not about money, guys. It's about, does he feel like he has a chance to win, and what kind of damage losing this late in his career does to him as a player and to his legacy. It's all about the legacy, guys. I just tend to think that the landing pad with this whole Carr situation, man, they have to have another out. Because if you're putting all your eggs in the Tom Brady basket, man, you could be making a major mistake.
I totally agree. Hey, Dawson, I don't have any blind faith in McDaniels. I probably believe in him as much as y'all. But the thing is this, you give Derek Carr 9 years, give him at least 2 years to figure this shit out. That's it. I'm not a fucking huge Josh McDaniels supporter. I'm not doing every live. He's the greatest coach in the world. He hasn't proven shit as a head coach.
Nope.
But guess what? You allowed your quarterback to have 9 seasons, right? And it didn't work with all these coaching carousel shit. So you signed a coach, get through the contract. If it doesn't work, move on. Well, at some point, you have to figure out, give the guy, let him get through his contract. Let him get through his contract. Or at least give him 2 years to figure it out. That's it. I'm not saying that Josh McDaniels is the greatest head coach of all time. I've never said that. And there's no blind faith at all. Shit, my faith is probably in him is right where y'all are at. But I'm one of them guys that's saying, you know what? Everybody cries about stability and all this other shit. Well, it starts with allowing guys to get through their contracts and allow Josh McDaniels to get through his contract. That's stability. That's stability.
You guys got to understand something, right? We're not when we say things, man, every day we're planting seeds of a narrative in Raider Nation through our fan base. And our fan base, believe it or not, really, really dictates what happens and how these owners move, because you guys and we are the consumers. They're selling us a product, right? So for me to get on here every day and fucking be negative against the coach of the team, it's not really a great thing, because that starts from one place. The next guy picks it up. He picks it up. I pick it up. We all pick this shit up, right? And then now everybody wants a guy who has a lot of talent, who's a bright coach, who just didn't get a fair shake. I see it all the time in New York. The reason why people say that you can't rebuild in New York is because the fucking media and the fan base, they won't allow anybody to grow. They want everybody to come in and be a superstar.
Look at the Knicks.
Yeah, look at the Knicks. Look at the Knicks. We won't allow anybody to ascend to the next level. By the time they're trying to figure it out, we're running them out of fucking town.
That's why I don't watch the New York Knicks anymore.
Hey, Ruben, I seen that. And to be honest, bro, look, I'm not gonna tell anybody how to parent. I think it's weird, grown ass man, kissing his son in the mouth and sitting on him a lap on a chair by a pool and shit. I find that to be, me personally, that's not something I would do with my kid being that age. But I'm not gonna judge anybody by how they father, man. It is what it is. Yeah, bro. There was a video of Brady.
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah. He's kissing him in the mouth, and then he's sitting at the pool with him sitting in his lap in a chair.
I don't even want to see that shit.
At the end of the day, look, however he fathers. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me, man. You know what I mean? I wasn't, I didn't grow up with no dad, so I don't know how that shit is. But I know one thing: when I did come around him, it wasn't like that. It was more of a "what's up?" But I'm gonna be real with you. I love my babies. I hug them every day, but we do not kiss each other in the goddamn mouth.
Look, my father would have punched me in the back of my ear.
Yeah.
He'd have punched me in the back of my ear if I'd have tried to sit on his lap at that size and try to kiss him in the mouth. My father would have fucking he would my ear would be hanging off my head.
Nadi, it definitely was. There's another video of him being at a massage table or something like that, and his son walking up and him doing that. It's two.
Oh shit! Graphk hooked them up.
2 different videos, brother. 2 different videos. Yeah, man. Pushing poison. Car fans desperate. Laugh out loud. Attacking parents for parenting. Hey, look, man. I don't know. Look, I don't judge anybody on that. Y'all don't want me to be personal, right? Y'all say, "Oh, personally attack." I'm. Look, let that man do how he do. Even if Derek Carr kisses his kids in the mouth, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Raider dude, what's it going to take for Josh McDaniels to show our top players to stay here after what he pulled this year? It's been basically preseason the whole year. I mean, what do you mean?
What top? Wait. What top players? Like, look, all these dudes are under contract now.
No, not even just that, Hammer. They're under extent. They just all got extensions this season.
Exactly. And like everybody's on this shit. Oh, Tay is leaving. Tay's gonna fall. No, the fuck he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, man. That shit makes no sense at all. You just re-signed Waller to a huge extension, Renfro to a huge extension, Devontae to a huge extension. Josh Jacobs has said it multiple times as recently as 2 days ago that he wants to be a Raider and he wants to be here. That shit doesn't mean anything. I think these players, you know what's so funny, you guys? These guys are human beings and they want to win as well. They're not going to throw their friend under the bus. They're not going to throw their teammate under the bus, but they know right now as well as we do, at least Josh Jacobs, Waller, and Renfro, that it's time to move on. It's time to move on. They've been here their whole career playing with him, and they're not going to say anything, but they're going to say, it's a business. This is where we go. At the end of the day, man.
Explain to me how this situation right now is a rebuild. Please explain that to me.
It's not. You can't have a rebuild with all those stars under contract. How is it a rebuild?
Yeah. I don't get it. I
wasted. Don't forget about your lasagna.
Oh yeah, now the timer's what I'm about to get up in a sec.
Yeah. You got a few more though. Let me see. That's all I'm saying, Docs. We've been choosing the quarterback for 9 years. Let's finally choose the coach and give him a shot. This relationship has drained me. And it's the thing, stay solid, right? Gruden was afforded the luxury of saying, I want to keep Carr. I want to keep him. Even though he really never dedicated himself fully to the idea of Derek Carr being there, he got the option of keeping him. Del Rio got the option of keeping Derek Carr. These guys all had the option of keeping. Well, Del Rio got canned, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, allow this guy to pick what he wants to do too. Everybody else got the chance to, look, if Gruden was afforded the luxury of trading Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, y'all don't think he couldn't have traded Carr?
He definitely could have. He absolutely could have.
Yeah, but he chose.
But you guys know why I didn't do that. I have like a sick love for quarterbacks, man. I mean, I talked to Mike Mayock at one time, man, and we were thinking about just drafting all quarterbacks and putting them on all sides of the defense and offense, man. I was going to go out there and go get a backup quarterback, put him in corner, go get another quarterback and put him at offensive tackle, man. I love quarterbacks, man. Sometimes I take quarterback baseball cards and rub them over myself with oil at times. So, hey, guys, listen. I wanted to trade Khalil Mack, man, because I just don't like defense, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I just fucking traded him because I don't like defense, man.
Who needs it?
Who needs it, man? I go to Tampa Bay, I win a Super Bowl, man. I mean,
I personally think that Mike Glennon's neck could cover Jamar Chase.
Hey, man, listen, if you got a
put
neck
like corner, put Mike Glennon out corner and have him cover, have his neck cover Jamar Chase.
He runs and looks like a goddamn ostrich, man. Nobody runs faster than that guy. Sometimes he uses neck to break up the ball. I'm telling you, man. Unbelievable, man. Graphk, you're absolutely right, man. Wait, where the hell's Mike Glennon when you need him, man? The Raiders need to come and bring him back, man. Put him out there. Put him out there at corner, man.
Hey,
Mike
Glennon was Merton Hanks reincarnated, you guys.
Oh, God.
He was the photo negative of Merton Hanks.
Yo.
Wow. Yo.
Wow.
Oh, shit, bro. God, bro. The negative. Oh, shit.
Oh, in all seriousness, though, man, I just look. We can't come out here and fight all of these battles, right? But the one thing is that we have to be able to have a discourse and be able to agree and disagree with each other without it becoming some fucking shit show, man. I think a lot of the stuff that's been going on, and I'm being very retrospective because this is the last day of the year. I think a lot of the things that happened in this fan base went on because of how excited we were.
The fuck?
What didn't happen this year? We thought that this team was going to really contend, and we're all very disappointed. And I think a lot of the anger and the frustration with what on with this team, we turned it on each other as a fan base, right? We turned on each other as content creators. It was a lot of nonsense going on this year, man. And I think next year, better days are coming. Even if we don't win next year because we're trying to establish something, I think that what this offseason is going to bring hope. I think we're going to see the direction this team is going with I keep saying Josh Jacobs, Josh McDaniels are trying to do, and we're going to see exactly whether we need to get behind this man or whether we need to run him out of town like a dog.
Yeah, straight up. Shout out to Mex Raider. We appreciate you, my brother. We about to be on our way out of here, y'all. We're up to an hour. Got about almost 500 people in the chat. I wouldn't want to leave like that, but we got to go. It's New Year's. We're going to spend some time with our families. I just want to say this, you guys. It's been a rough season. It's been a rough year as a Raider fan. You know what I mean? We've had some ups. We've had some downs. We've had some fun doing these lives, doing these shows. Just like Wasted started off the show with, this being his first year and having a ball doing this shit. And both my brothers, man, watching their channels grow the way they have, and Andy as well. It's been a blessing, man. Look, you guys, it's a new year. Tomorrow, man, hopefully we can beat the Niners. That would be the greatest way to start the new year ever. But it's a stretch, but I think we all believe our team can go out there and pick up a dub. With that being said, man, shout out to everybody here in the chat. John, yes, he has shown displeasure over overthrows. Yes, this is facts. Factory outlet, bro. Anybody of his caliber expects more than what he's getting. It's so, even if it's his brother, it is what it is. This is the last live, you guys, of the year. We appreciate you guys for rocking what is so heavy, man. For real. Like, y'all don't understand. We could not do this shit without you guys, because one thing that we all do is we do all live shows, right? So we consistently count on you guys to show up, you know what I mean, for us, so we can show up for y'all. You know what I mean? So without you guys, none of our channels, none of them would work at all. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, we appreciate you guys. Shout out to my brothers, man. I love each one of y'all, man. For real. Mount Shieldmore to the day I die. Point blank, period, the end. The chat, man, wipe them feet on the way out. Subscribe to all 3 channels. Hammers.House on YouTube. Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited on YouTube. You already know what time it is. And on the way out, I said this on the last live, I got TQ, a former Cash Money artist, Compton's finest, on the show Monday night, a Raider player, a Raider fan as well, die hard. And we got Khalif Barnes coming on next week as well. So you guys stay tuned for that. We're trying to start the new year with a bang. And Planet Raiders, I promise you guys, is definitely finally on the way. Thank God we didn't launch it this year, because with all this crazy shit, man. But it is going to be perfect timing. You'll see it next year. With that being said, you guys, appreciate y'all. Happy New Year's. Be safe. Don't do anything fucking crazy. If y'all do, just be safe doing the shit. You know what I mean? Lasagna Master. I'll call you later.
Man, fuck you. Have a terrible year, Graphk.
Yeah, outro, y'all. One.